Okay. Sun's gone down on December 22nd. I was asked to do a presentation uh, with a Norse group that I am in, Viderheim Hearth, on the wild hunt. Very diverse legend, not just because of the Norse part of it. Predominantly, they said that that it did originate with the Norse and the Germanic tribes, but there's a version of the wild hunt all across Europe, and even they said where were some of the places I tracked? Scandinavia, Germany, England, Ireland, Scotland, France, Spain, Switzerland, to name a few. North America, called the Night Riders. Then all the way over to Hawaii for the Night Marchers. And then Japan for the Night of 100 Demons, just to give you an idea. So if I have sparked any interest or curiosity with this video, by all means do your own research. There is a ton of material, not just text format, but there's a ton of videos. Everybody seems like they've talked about this in one form or another. I mean, it's probably one of the most well-known legends out there. Now, what is it? The Wild Hunt. It is a terrifying spectral procession led by Odin. It's during winter storms, usually with thunder and lightning. And ghostly riders, valkyries, fallen heroes, wolves that sweep across the sky as an omen of war or disaster, potentially abducting mortals, interacting with homes, and it represents the chaotic forces of nature and the afterlife interaction with the living world. Now, as for who leads it, Odin, or according to the Germanic, Woden. But Odin has another name, Jolnar, translates as Master of Yule. So, and most of us know that Odin has quite a few aliases out there. So, there have been other figures, depending on whose iteration you're reading. I mean, other heroes, other warriors, dead kings. I think the English have it, one telling that King Arthur leads it. And this is just countries, by the way. I mean, there's also variations depending on, what local region you're in. So, who participates? That varies. The Einhar, the warriors of Valhalla, the ones that are chosen by Odin to go to Valhalla, they've been said to be there. The Valkyries, trolls, other fallen warriors, wolves, ravens, the hunting hounds, the dead, fey creatures. They've even said that some spellcasters have the ability to tag along to the wild hunt in their spectral form or ghost form or astral project, however you want to put it. Now, when is it? Midwinter or the winter solstice, Yule. Now, I've been told, I think that already took place December 16th, so it's already come and gone. But basically, when the storms howl and the wind is darkest, and it bridges the gap between worlds. So it's not just the day of the week, but it's also, the more factors that are in place, it seems like the more likely, they may be out. And usually when they are out, you may not necessarily see them, but you may hear them. Thunderous hoofbeats, the hunting horns, the hounds, you may hear them as well. Now, what does it do? What is it for? Well, they say, I mean, it's a hunt, so first question you probably ask is, what did they hunt? Well, there's a little bit of diversity in that answer. Some say they hunted trolls, some say they hunted the dishonored dead, or oath breakers, restless spirits, that kind of stuff. So it depends on, like I said, what you see, what you read, whose version. It's considered an omen, sign of war, plague, or great misfortune is coming. If the wild hunt, you hear it, you see it, usually something bad is going to happen. At least that's the legend. Interaction. They may visit homes, causing havoc, stealing food, that kind of stuff. As I understand it, most people during wild hunt, if you are, especially if you're in the country, after the sun goes down, you know that the wild hunt, or at least that date it's supposed to take place during the solstice, everybody's buttoned up in their houses. Nobody's out. Nobody should be out. Because then you run the risk of running into the wild hunt. And yes, there have been legends about people getting swept away to the underworld forever. Some people say they've been swept away and dropped miles away from home, or they may disappear for X amount of time and reappear, say days, weeks, months later. So that kind of varies. And I actually saw one theory that, or one telling that apparently on occasion the brave who have managed to stand up to the wild hunt and have survived, they actually walked away with a bag of gold. Don't know about that one, but I would say that's probably pretty rare. It's usually best to stay clear of them. Essentially, but it also serves as a journey for the souls of the dead into the other world. Now, did a little reading. Apparently, there were some tips on protecting yourself if you get caught out at night on the solstice and you hear the horns or you hear the hounds or the hoofbeats. Well, I mean, the main thing, like I said before, be inside before nightfall. You know, this is a case where it's best to just avoid the situation. If you are caught, lie flat in the road. They say that if you lie flat in the road, the riders may not see you. Draw protective circles with iron. That makes a bit of sense, and iron, has been shown to have some protective qualities. Offer gifts, breads, coins, that kind of stuff. I've heard that some houses will leave out items for the riders. That way, there's no risk of the riders causing havoc inside the houses. Not sure which prayers to recite quickly. I would assume prayers to the gods. That's maybe more for once this legend got into, or once the Christian religion got their hands on it, they tend to turn it into more of a dark, evil version. That the devil was was leading the hunt, and that they were hunting sinners and that kind of thing. So that one you could take with a grain of salt. It also said, I also found carrying embers or incense. Well, fire has been known to show, and incense has been shown to have effect on the supernatural. So I've seen that in other readings, other legends. Now, cultural significance, what do you think it is? Basically, powerful symbol of death, chaos, and the circle of destruction, but also of renewal, which is a very repetitive theme. Well, I don't want to use the word repetitive, but it is a theme that is repeated in Norse mythology. So that is a concept you will see again and again and again. That circle of life and death, creation, destruction. Um, it comes up a lot. Balance always, there is always an underlying balance to the universe with the Norse. Um, Primarily, yes, this legend is embedded in Germanic and Norse tradition. Has been for a very long time. Other Scandinavian countries as well. But, like I said, it's been altered, it's been modified depending on what country you're in, what religion, that kind of thing. Let's see, did I miss anything? I think that covers it. All right. Hopefully this will do. If you have any questions, contact me. You know, throw a post up. You know, DM, what have you. All right. I mean, I think I touched on the major points, but like I said, this is an incredibly diverse legend. So, I encourage people, do your research, look it up, especially depending on what part of the world you're living in, what your ancestry is. You may find your own version. All right. Thank you very much. Till next time.